A new federal reporting requirement is taking effect on March 1st, 2026, and a lot of people, including agents, are still unaware of it. So if you're planning a cash purchase or using an LLC or different type of entity, this rule applies to you. So FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, will now require filing of what's called real estate report through an IRS Bank Secrecy Act e-filing system for certain residential property purchases and transfers. I know it sounds really intimidating, but let's really break it down. So the rule applies nationwide, and the goal is simple. So bring more transparency to non-financed real estate transactions, similar to what banks already do through Bank Secrecy Act. So let's talk about what triggers this rule. So a deal becomes reportable if it's an all-cash purchase, it uses private or non-traditional finances such as your hard money loans, there is no mortgage or bank loan involved, and even if it's a quitclaim deed or transfer without the consideration to an entity or trust. So these are the types of transfers FinCEN really wants more visibility on because they historically lack the scrutiny the lender would typically provide. Now, the rule applies when the buyer is not an individual, but rather is an entity such as LLC, corporation, partnership, trust, holding companies. So really any other legal entity with layered ownership or foreign business entity. So ultimately what FinCEN is after, they just want to know everything about beneficial owners, who are the real humans behind this entity who have the funds. So if your real estate transaction qualifies, so you will be required to file the real estate report. Now, to do that, it's actually the title company that is required to do that. So they will collect all of the key information. Now, since the title company is on the hook for it, it is likely that your closing will not move forward until this information is provided to them and verified. Now, FinCEN does not charge anything to file the report. However, we will likely see some kind of administrative fee charged by the title company for their work on collecting and submitting the required information. Now, if you're planning some kind of cash purchase transfer, especially using entity and cash purchases, so it's a good idea to reach out to the title companies early on to get all of the necessary information. And of course, if you and I are working together, we will walk exactly through what to expect ahead of time so that we don't get any surprises at the closing table. And by the way, I've put together a quick, easy to understand file for both clients and real estate agents that breaks all of this down. So comment FinCEN and I will send it to you privately.